You're sailing the open seas, soaking up the sun, not a care in the world. Suddenly, the ship lurches. Not a gentle sway, but a violent, stomach-dropping tilt that sends furniture sliding and screams echoing through the decks. What if your dream vacation instantly became a nightmare? What if that serene blue ocean transformed into a raging beast, threatening to swallow everything whole? Imagine the terror as the massive cruise ship, hundreds of feet long, tips so sharply you wonder if it's going to capsize. Passengers grab onto anything they can, their hearts pounding as objects crash around them. Was this a rogue wave? A mechanical failure? Or something far more sinister? And just when you think the chaos could get any worse, another horrifying report emerges from the depths of the ocean. A crew member lost to the churning waves. Did they survive the impossible? This isn't a scene from a Hollywood blockbuster. It's a terrifying reality that unfolded on the high seas. We're diving deep into the spine-chilling incidents that left passengers shaken and raised urgent questions about safety on luxury liners. You won't believe the harrowing details of what happened next. If you're ready to uncover the full story of these dramatic maritime emergencies, hit that like button right now, and let's unravel the mystery together. All right, buckle up, because the stories we just teased, they're even wilder than you can imagine. Let's start with the Crown Princess, that behemoth of the seas that suddenly decided to do an impromptu impression of a roller coaster. Picture this. You're on vacation, probably sipping a fancy drink by the pool, maybe hitting the buffet because, let's be honest, that's a big part of the cruise experience. And then bam, the world starts tilting. Not in a fun, we're turning kind of way, but in a grab onto anything that isn't nailed down because we might be doing a sideways tango kind of way. 7 degrees might not sound like much on paper, but when you're on a massive ship and everything around you starts sliding, think tables, chairs, maybe even that tower of desserts you were eyeing, it's going to feel like the ship is about to take a nosedive. The article mentions a sudden wind shift off the southern coast of Australia. Now, we all know the weather can be unpredictable, especially out on the open ocean, but a wind shift strong enough to make a cruise ship of that size tilt so dramatically, that's some serious force. You can just picture the chaos, can't you? People probably screaming, scrambling for safety, the sound of crashing plates and shattered glass filling the air. It's the kind of moment where your brain probably struggles to catch up with what your eyes are seeing and what your body is feeling. 1 minute you're relaxed, the next you're fighting gravity just to stay upright. The fact that no serious injuries were reported is honestly a miracle. You have to think about the sheer number of people on board, all trying to react in a split second as their world literally turned sideways. The captain, thankfully, seems to have reacted quickly, rerouting the ship. That's the kind of calm under pressure you hope for in a situation like that. Imagine being the person in charge of thousands of lives when something like this happens. You have to make split-second decisions that could have huge consequences. Rerouting suggests they were trying to get out of whatever weather system caused the tilt, and hopefully into calmer waters. But the drama didn't end with the tilt itself. The article mentions damage to onboard shops and the cancellation of shows that might seem minor compared to the near tipping. But think about it from the passenger's perspective. Their vacation is suddenly disrupted. The shops, maybe where they were planning to buy souvenirs or essentials, are now potentially a mess of broken merchandise. The shows, the evening entertainment they were looking forward to, are canceled, adding to the sense that their cruise has taken a very unexpected and unpleasant turn. It really underscores how something like this can impact the entire experience, even if it doesn't result in physical harm. Now, let's switch gears and talk about the other incident, the one involving the Costa Cruises crew member in Crete. This is a different kind of terrifying, isn't it? Instead of the whole world tilting around you, this is about an individual facing the vastness and unforgiving nature of the open sea. We don't have a lot of details about how the crew member went overboard, and honestly, sometimes the lack of detail can make it even more unsettling. Was it an accident? Did something go wrong during their work? Was it something else entirely? Our minds immediately jump to the worst-case scenarios. Being lost at sea, even for a short time, is an incredibly dangerous situation. The ocean is immense, and finding a single person in all that water is like finding a needle in a colossal haystack. The fact that this crew member was rescued is nothing short of incredible. It speaks volumes about the efforts of the search and rescue teams involved, and also perhaps a bit of luck. You have to think about the conditions, the water temperature, the currents, the visibility, all of which can dramatically impact someone's chances of survival. These two incidents, while different in nature, both highlight the inherent risks that come with being out on the open water. We often think of cruises as luxurious, carefree getaways, and they often are. But these events serve as a stark reminder that the sea can be unpredictable and powerful, and that things can go wrong even on the most modern and well-equipped vessels. It also makes you think about the people who work on these ships. They're away from their families for long periods, often working incredibly hard to make sure passengers have a good time. The thought of a crew member going overboard is particularly sobering. They're the ones who keep the ship running, who are there to help if anything goes wrong, and yet they themselves are vulnerable to the dangers of the sea. So what does all this mean for you, the potential cruiser, or even just someone fascinated by these kinds of events? Well, it's not about trying to scare you away from ever setting foot on a ship. Millions of people go on cruises every year and have fantastic, incident-free vacations. But it is a good reminder that safety and awareness are always important. It makes you appreciate the protocols and procedures that are in place to try and prevent accidents, and the bravery of those who respond when things do go wrong. It also probably makes you think a little more about the vastness and power of nature. We build these incredible floating cities, capable of traversing the globe, but ultimately, we are still at the mercy of the elements. A sudden wind shift, an unexpected wave, these things can have a significant impact, no matter how advanced our technology. These stories, the tilting ship and the crew member overboard, are more than just news headlines. They're glimpses into moments of real-life drama and potential tragedy. They make us think about the what-ifs and appreciate the resilience of those involved, both the passengers and the crew, and they definitely give us something to talk about, don't they? Moments like these stick with you, prompting conversations, and maybe even making you hug your loved ones a little tighter.